Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel Exposed. So this time, obviously, I'm going to speak about the movie Exorcist. The movie already there's been investigated by so many other channels. It's been already uh, obviously with a lot of comments. And this is a little bit different because I want to show you I did an investigation how it worked, in Mexico. Obviously, you know that in 1973 has a great impact in the United States. People vomiting, people pass out. Making lines of 3 or 4 hours for the first show. But in Mexico, the premiere was December 19, 1974. Because Mexico is also a country that has a very strong religious beliefs, especially Catholics. So they need the permission. They need, obviously, they were talking about this one going to be accepted by the public or not get offended. Well, in some way or another, it was shown for the first time, and many people were making long lines, like 3 blocks. The same thing like in Mexico. My parents saw the movie, and I believe it was in January 1975, and they couldn't in those times. You couldn't check or pick up um, your seats. Just as long as you going into the cinema and you pick up the seats, okay, you're okay. Guess what? They were obviously sitting in the they couldn't get any seats, so they were sitting in the staircases, just besides the seats. And yes, obviously there are a lot of people were. I mean, you just have to remember between early in the 1970s, 1973, 1974, 1975, the type of effects that you saw in the Exorcist that is, very common now in the movies. Um, uh, in those times, obviously, just imagine, that girl using a crucifix, like masturbating and all these effects, all this scratch in the face, all this vomiting, all the obscene words, It was obviously something that nobody has seen it before in the big screen. And depends on, I mean, if you have investigated some exorcisms, real exorcisms, obviously the the turn of the head, the 180 degree, like, cannot really happen. I mean, just remember that the exorcism was based in a 1949 case of a boy that was performed an exorcism in the same city. But obviously that never happened. It would have killed the person. That the spirit of demons can do that, of course, but not with a person that is alive and go back, like a normal, because the connection between the spine and the head will crack. So, uh, any other, I believe, I invite a psychologist, to my program in Spanish, like 2 years ago, that he's a professional psychologist, and also, he believes that demons exist. Yes, and the spirits. Actually, he just saw some exorcisms, that was performed in Tijuana, Mexico, that he says that a person was spitting nails. Just imagine spitting nails, and there was nothing in the mouth. Insects. So, yeah, there is some things that are believable that can happen, just in a real exorcism. Now, just remember that there is a mental illness cases, with schizophrenia, paranoia, double personality, bipolar depression, and Alzheimer, Parkinson, and all the stuff. Could be more on like how you call it, spams, or convulsions, and it still can be associated with a person that is possessed. Demons, spirits, can take advantage of a person that has a mental illness that has weakened her person, her mental health. So yes, definitely there is people that has been possessed by demons. Um, there is even levitations of the body, like like type of poltergeist as well. So the thing is, very few possessions are real. Some of them, I mean, meanwhile, even the church will say something like this. Only now with the medicine that is at such is advanced, the science that is advanced. Only if there is any paranormal activity like levitation, levitate objects, levitate the person itself, um, changing the voice of the in the throat, like I mean, uh, uh, talking about different languages, maybe doing some contortions, that only a professional contortionist could do it, not a regular person. Then the church will qualify as a real possession. Now imagine, that obviously that is blaming to the priests all around the world that they had been, raping kids and girls. Um, you can say that maybe they are being possessed by demons as well, because they are supposed to protect people. And things happens in life. That's why, all around the world, many priests are not. People have just not trust them anymore. Especially with kids, because all this scandal around the world. That they are being performing sexual acts with children. That's a change. That's those things happens, and just remember that the Catholic Church is probably the only one that there is a celibate, that they make follow a rule that they will not have any intercourse with any woman. And then you see all these priests, failing to protect people, and lying to children about, and even doing some blackmailing, towards them, that if they don't access to their sexual advance, they will be evil towards God, and this is really, really wrong. So the question is really priests being able to cast out a demon from the body? If maybe they are not clean, that's a good question. That's a good question, because spirits exist. Maybe not all the priests are, evil people, or that have a weak mind that will harm children or people. But at least, if you investigate in Google how many priests been involved in like I say, in a sexual activity with children, there is a lot, a lot. Other religions, Christian religions, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, they are allowed to marry. There's nothing wrong to marry. Only Jesus Christ was a man that said, "I don't want to be involved in any sexual activity with any woman." And still, you can see that the Last Temptation of Christ, that from the book that was shoot that movie in 1988, was never shown in Mexico. Up to this point, even in 2004, when the movie Passion of the Christ was shown, they tried to release that movie. Never happened. Never. Still, there is people believe that are not yet ready to accept that Christ could be like a regular person, have a weakness towards women. So the movie Exorcist is really a movie that keeps you alive, and maybe will question your morals, your faith, that what really can happen to a person that is possessed by a demon or spirits, and who can really have the power to cast out this demon. Can you really trust somebody that can cast out a demon from a possessed person that maybe has also mental illness? It's a good question to us. There is angels, yes, there is angels, but like in another video that I will make soon, I believe I already did something about it. That can you really trust angels or demons? And all this evil world that we live in, that even sometimes in YouTube you see these animals being eaten alive by Komodo dragons, by the lions, by the hyenas, by wild dogs. And you are asking yourself, is really a God that says there is a good person? And all around the world, people being killed in wars, starved to death, and there is so much indifference. Girls being raped, people being tortured for different reasons in cartels, in wars. And if they're really, all countries, they have some government laws to impose, obviously, the punishment towards evil people. But we still see, a lot of evil around the world. The most important thing that the people is indifferent when they see most of the time a person that is suffering or when an animal is suffering. Stay tuned. I will continue to do more videos regarding important facts about life on Earth. Subscribe and just put a like in my video. Thank you very much.